Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to my Poppin' Tags Christmas video. And basically all this is where I show you all my cool little vintage finds that I find at Goodwills and flea markets and antique stores, garage sales, etc. So let me start first by showing you probably the oldest ornament that I have in my collection of Christmas vintage ornaments. This is really cool mercury glass, and this actually belonged to my grandmother, and I'm not exactly sure how old it is. Probably, if I had to guess, I would say anywhere from the 50s, I would say around the 50s. I think most of my ornaments that I have are pretty mid-century 50s. But it's really cool mercury glass. I love all the hand detailed painting on it. So this is one of my faves, especially because it belongs to my grandmother. This is one that I found just a couple of weeks ago. This was at the Goodwill, and I love these because they remind me of when I was little. I grew up in the early 70s, and my mom always had leftover decorations from Christmas from the 50s. So this is definitely a 50s era Humpty Dumpty. He's awesome. And I did a little bit of research. There's a lot of these out there. I'm pretty sure these were probably made in Japan. A lot of these Christmas ornaments were made in Japan. The cat is eating our food.
Hey, get it. Okay.
Really?
Sorry. Okay.
Oh. Okay, so moving on. This little guy, I believe, belonged to my husband's grandmother. I think this is where we got this little guy. He is your original elf on the shelf. Not the stupid elf on the shelf from now, but the super cool original. And these were all over the place in the 50s and 60s. They actually called them knee huggers because their little knees bend and then they hug their little knees, and they call them like pixie elf, knee hugger. But he is so precious and adorable, way cuter than Elf in the Shelf from now. Cat's eating our food again.
Cat, get. I'm gonna guard the food right here by us.
All right. Okay. All right. So now moving on. Last year at the Goodwill, I found Mr. and Mrs. cutesy little canaries with their little Christmas hat and bonnet. Adorable. I couldn't find these anywhere on the internet. So if anybody knows anything about these little guys, I found a lot of my other stuff on there, but I could not find these little gems, and they are in excellent condition. I was really excited to find them. One day I'm gonna do like a whole tree just dedicated to mid-century Christmas ornaments. So they're super cute and I love them. And probably my favorite 50s ornament is not actually a 50s ornament. My sister made it for me a couple of years ago. Cheap little dollar store hanger here, but check out that gorgeous couple. That's my mom and dad from the 50s era, and I just love this adorable Christmas ornament that hangs on my tree. So let me move on to my nativity scene. So I think I was at an antique mall and possibly a garage sale where I scored these two Italian leather wrapped camels, and they're handmade. And they actually hold their value really, really well because I did some research, and some of these go for like over $100, and I'm sure I didn't give more than, $10 for each of them. But they have crystal or glass eyes, and everything on them is Italian leather wrapped. I'm not exactly sure what country they come from. I mean, I don't think it's Italy, but I don't know. Everything on this gorgeous guy. So when I found these, I just thought how cool they were. I know they're very old, and they go perfect with my nativity scene that is not necessarily vintage, but it goes perfect. And the last thing was last year at our local Goodwill just down the street, I found this and it reminded me of our nativity scene, and it is vintage. It was made in Italy. There is a marking on the back. Did a little bit of research online and did find this, several of these out there. So I don't think it's necessarily rare, probably not worth a whole lot, but still I love it. It goes really great with my nativity scene, and I just hang it on the wall next to my nativity scene. So anyway, I just want to say, for the first 20 people that goes to YouTube and likes Connie Cool Beans, that's my name on there, you're going to get absolutely nothing. You'll get to say you were my first 20 friends. So I need people to follow me on YouTube, and I just want to share my stuff with you guys. So Merry Christmas, and I hope y'all have a great Happy New Year. Bye.